Hey, hola, 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 ¿qué más? ¿Cómo están? Muy buenas a todos. Espero se encuentren muy bien y sean bienvenidos, bienvenidos, welcome. Bienvenidos un día más a este maravilloso, a mi canal de videojuegos de gameplays, videojuegos. Y en esta ocasión es algo especial, digámoslo de esta manera. ¿Por qué? Porque este videojuego creí que nunca lo iba a volver a jugar. O sea, este videojuego lo jugué en la consola de un amigo, pues. O sea, yo cuando era retoñito no tenía así muchas consolas ni nada, mantenía pues de los parceros. Entonces, sí, este juego fue, digámoslo, mi primer acercamiento a lo que es hoy en día un GTA, digámoslo así, GTA 5. O sea, nada de San Andrés, muy bacano y sí, pero este videojuego, es más, no recuerdo así, lo tengo así como en una niebla, como algo así. Entonces, por eso incluso lo comencé así, con pause así, que tal vez de Pascuales, porque quiero revivirlo. Bueno, quién sabe, vamos a ver, puede ser un bodrio, porque este juego sí definitivamente no recuerdo nada, solo imágenes. Porque el parcerito, pues claro, yo jugaba con él y todo, pero este juego era como, sí, tan bacano que no me lo dejaban probar. Entonces, vamos a ver qué tal. El caso y es que de dos CDs y todo, es tremenda vuelta, vamos a ver. Y no coge autos, vamos a experimentar el jueguito. Mira vuelta, o sea, muy bacano, vamos a ver qué tal. Y digo bacano es por el hecho de poder, sí, probar esto de nuevo. Entonces yo diría en este caso, wow. Y rápidamente, porque eso sí va a ser rápidamente. O sea, cuando yo le quite el pause a la vuelta, es a la grabación, pues es porque ya, boom, vamos a empezar a jugar. Y es un juego de, sí, de la Sega, la querida Sega, plantándole cara a la PlayStation 1. Era vuelta. Y casi que a la 2 sí, prácticamente, porque los juegos de la Sega Dreamcast veo que todos o muchos sí están en la PlayStation 1, Vigilante 8.1, la 2, los Resident Evil, me da vuelta. Y si esto es como GTA, vamos a ver, es como de espías, no sé. Ay, qué emoción. Y bueno, si son tan amables y si pueden suscribirse al canal, si no están suscritos, pues muchas gracias. De esa manera apoyan el canal. Es un canal de videojuegos. Aquí vea, yo hasta incluso yo sorprendiéndome, quién sabe si hasta sorprenda más de uno también. El caso es que si no les gusta este videojuego de la Sega Dreamcast, en el canal hay unas playlists ahí donde están los videojuegos, hay de todo. O sea, yo traigo el canal lo que jugué alguna vez y lo que se va jugando, yo qué sé. El caso es que puro videojuego. Y vamos rápidamente. Pueden comentar, sugerirme juegos si quieren. Sí, porque yo de la Sega Dreamcast conozco los juegos pues más conocidos, pero no de pronto joyitas ocultas. Entonces nos pueden dejar saber. Espero sea de su agrado. Vamos a comenzar sin más dilación. Esto es Spy Hunter, algo así. Un juegardo para la Sega. Bueno, digo juegardo porque lo tengo por allá guardado en el baúl de los recuerdos como patapao, qué elegancia. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Bill Waverly.
And I'm Kate Gloss with All You Want to Know.
Top of the news, a new champion in
What
the
the fuck,
war
comienzo
against
así?
crime. President Goodman today
¿Qué es
announced
esto?
formation of the Anti-Crime Network, an elite force of private law enforcement operatives to be headed by millionaire industrialist and political heavyweight Christopher Stern. With funding from government, business, and the midweek lottery, the ACN promises $1 billion crackdown on organized crime and safer streets for you and me.
In other news, Governor Hernandez apologizes for global warming, promising a statewide hot air initiative. How he plans to achieve his targets.
It's official. Privatized is best. Following last year's armed forces sell-off and the financial success of the Mideast War, the ACN is extending its crime-fighting capability with private contractors specially trained to hunt down wanted felons. ACN Chief Christopher Stern said the new Headhunters will be Layla certified and fully insured, promising to deliver more bang for your buck.
Meanwhile, more power to the elbow of concerned parents with new laws prohibiting all public displays of human or animal violence. You know, Bill, my dog just hates violence.
We could learn a lot from dumb animals, Kate. Next up, movie madness in Muskoka. Every school kid knows the value of life, Kate. But how about a life of crime? From today, all wanted felons are to have bail bonds set by government, with values listed on the criminal exchange. More crimes and worse crimes see the bail figure rise. Rehab sees it fall. Successful headhunters receive 10% of the bail, the rest going to meet ACN costs. Felons unable to meet bail
¿Quiénes son
face
esos que aparecen ahí? O sea, what the fuck?
Kate. Recycling is the order of the day. Now crime fighters have got the message with new
Por eso
organ-friendly
decía que eso es
weapons
como lo
set
más
to replace
parecido a
old-fashioned
GTA
firearms.
5 que yo experimenté así como
Superior
de...
to conventional weapons in range and accuracy,
Vamos a ver
the
el gameplay
electric
qué tal.
projectile or EMP guns attack the
Eso
target's
sí,
nervous
bebé.
system,
Eso sí ya
causing
es
severe
videojuego,
pain and eventual brain death without damaging much-needed internal organs, safeguarding supplies for hardworking citizens and their families. From today, possession of conventional firearms is illegal.
Well, that's great, Bill. Those old guns were really nasty. And in tonight's lifestyle feature, we ask synthetic versus natural implants. When it comes to organs, can you beat the real thing?
Latest figures show the CCS criminal control system has been a big success since the government licensed the technology from the Biotech Corporation.
The CCS subcranial biochip implant uses neural redirection to suppress criminal urges and downward
marica.
aggression. Future models
O sea, nos
would
están
include
presentando el
thought
juego
monitoring for the
así,
reconstruction,
como-
limiting the subject's freedom to think and act.
Como, sí,
Sounds great to you
como
and
así, como un
me. But
traspaso,
one
como un
person
traslado
not
de
so
estas
happy is
imágenes.
mysterious recluse Don Fulci. The suspected
Una
crime lord
transformación, pues también
interrupted
como
last
así, pero
night's
pasamos
lottery
de
draw
esto, entonces
with
una
an
combinación,
illegal
por eso es que el
broadcast
cerebro
in
en ese
which he
tiempo,
denounced the ACN's crime-fighting initiative.
claro, llegaba y lo asociaba a lo que es la realidad.
Our great democracy. Christopher Stern is a dictator, and the ACN is private.
Pero esto en ese tiempo era la
As a
hostia.
businessman and concerned
se dice, pues?
citizen, I will do everything in my power to stop them.
With bail bonds rising, every child knows crime pays.
Pero sería, a mi parecer,
Brown of Orange County coined a cool
el comienzo más
two-way
extraño de un
credit fight,
videojuego.
forming on his dad and his uncle, both wanted felons. Nationwide, informants contributed to
¿Cuánto dura la
another
cinemática?
record
No sé,
low
pero mero
crime
rato.
begins, with many felons turning in criminal associates.
Well, it just goes to show no one's all bad, Bill. Meanwhile, ACN Chief Christopher Stern today appointed
O sea,
protege and
en una
former
apuesta
assistant Alan
grande, en una
Sharp,
apuesta grande, un
agency's
videojuego de
vice
estos.
president. Known as a hardliner, Sharp championed the 3 strikes and your organs are out penalty for repeat offenders and promises more of the same.
In breaking news, a leading citizen is murdered at
Yo
his
no he
desk.
presionado todavía ningún botón para de pronto
Safety
que no se
alert
vaya
on our next bulletin. For now, I'm Bill
a
Bailey.
And I'm
quitar la
Kate
escena,
Ross,
pues.
and that's all you need to
Regalan
know.
todo. Listo. Ay, marica. Es que derechos reservados ya antes. Eso. Sí, señor, yo sabía que aquí había algo de lenguaje. Spanish. Españolete. Ahora sí. De audio. Creí que iba a tener al menos 2B. Ajustar la pantalla. Yo la veo todo bien. Inicializar la configuración. Ok. Ay, nuevo Leila. Eso es que las noticias. Ah, no. Punto de vista de misiones. Bueno, empezamos ahora sí. Nueva partida.
Welcome to Layla. Headhunter techniques for new recruits. Basic crime fighting proficiency training. Prepare for virtual reality simulation. Headhunter proficiency test. Virtual reality testing. Headhunter proficiency test. Headhunter proficiency test. Virtual reality testing. 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 Headhunter proficiency test.
We have core activity. Increase to 500 megahertz. Subject is conscious. Security, it's the alarm. We have a situation. Subject is dangerous. Close all exits.
Ay, mataron, ya me soltaron. No, soy un cazarrecompensa. Se supone que hay que salir. Yo recuerdo que me montaba en una moto y que tales de Pascuales.
am I? Who are you? Please, I can't remember.
Patient's name is Jack Wade, found unconscious in the parking lot of an industrial park a week ago. In and out of metabolic coma the past 3 days. Gunshot trauma to the leg. Evidence of some advanced surgery.
Surgery? What surgery?
And apparent retrograde amnesia. Suggested therapy, controlled neural rehab. Mental stimulation.
A daughter and a nation say farewell. Christopher Stern, founder and father figure of the ACN, was buried today in Arlington National Cemetery. Among the mourners, distraught Angela Stern was comforted by Alan Sharp, recently elected ACN vice president and Stern's chosen successor.
Christopher Stern was far more than a boss to me, and I'm honored to build on the foundations he laid. Decades of criminality have been reversed. Organized crime is in retreat. But we can do much more. Closer cooperation between the ACN and biotech will allow ever greater control over criminals, suspects, and those thinking criminal thoughts. The war is only just beginning.
Meanwhile, debate still rages over who was responsible for Stern's assassination, many pointing the finger at self-styled Don Emilio Fulci. Thought to have links with a criminal syndicate, little is known about Fulci. Never seen in public, his appearance remains shrouded in mystery. An ACN raid on offices of one of Fulci's business interests revealed no trace of the elusive criminal magnate. Kate?
Thanks, Bill. In other news, psychotic gangster Esteban Ramirez rose 3 points on the criminal exchange, hitting a career-high 1750. Mass murderer John Lindsay continued his slide, down 5 to 1700. No change at the top of the Headhunter League, however. Hank Redwood bringing in 3 most wanteds for his 5th successive #1 ranking. Redwood's had his critics, but it seems there's no question now that he's
second best. You were the best, Wade.
Do I know you?
Maybe this'll jog your memory. Smith & Easton Stimulator, ENP automatic. Clip size?
10 rounds.
Muzzle velocity?
850.
Payload?
Combined neurostimulants and motor cortex scrambler, producing incapacity and eventual brain death.
Like riding a bike. I'm Chief Frank Hawk, and you, Wade, were my #1 headhunter. 8 years, top of the league for 6. More captures than the rest of them put together.
I'm a regular hero.
And now you're fired. For life. Sorry, Wade, but it's orders. They don't even tell me why. Times are changing. Maybe if we knew what happened to you...
You're asking the wrong guy.
That's too bad. You could go independent. You'd have to pass the Layla test, but you'd get a weapon and a VM. Wouldn't give access to classified files, but it'd be a start.
Back to school, huh?
With an ENP gun in your hand, or it could be worse. Contact me when you got your Layla license. I'll help any way I can. Word of warning. You've woken up with quite a few enemies. I wouldn't trust anyone you don't know. And right now, you don't know anyone.
El viejo cliché de que hay un...
Jack Wade. Jack Wade?
Stern? Angela Stern?
You know my name.
I watch TV. Christopher Stern.
Parte, pero muy,
I saw your father's funeral.
muy pulidito todo, o sea...
So am I. I want you to help me, Mr. Wade. I want
Ese
to
que
find
es
the man who killed my
de
father.
10.
I want Don Fulci to be sorry, too.
How do you know it was Don Fulci?
He hated my father and everything he stood for. Call it a hunch.
Why don't you tell it to the ACM?
They want to see him behind bars. I want to see him dead.
I'm not an executioner.
You don't know what you are. Retrograde amnesia, remember? Outside of the killer, you were the last person to see my father alive.
His diary shows you had a meeting with him. You were working together on some kind of secret project? Find my father's killer, and maybe you'll find out what happened to you.
I'll think about it.
Don't think too long. I'd say medical expenses are running at a kidney donation already. You can spend the rest of your life hunting lowlifes, or crack the case of the decade for a handsome fee.
How handsome?
$2 million on delivery of Fulci.
What about an advance?
My assets are frozen until my father's case is closed. You'll have to trust me.
I heard that before. Just remembered.
That's a good sign. Get well soon, Jack. And when you do, come pay me a visit.
Some place you have here.
I grew up in this house. It seemed real big and exciting then, but now... I'll get us an X-Must. Take a look around. Maybe some of Daddy's ACN stuff could help jog your memory.
Que nos van a dar jugar otra vez, Basie. Casio. Armas, documentos. Wow. Sí, pues nada. Inteligencia. Armas. Ítem. Gafas. Bueno, gafas no, anteojos.
My graduation diploma from MIT. Truth is, I only went there to prove a point to my father. Do something useful, maybe join the ACN one day. Boy stuff. Then I found out I had a talent for it. Computers, technology. So much for all those ballet classes. An Agent's Handbook. The ACN Bible. Its history, philosophy, codes of practice. My father wrote every word. There's background on the standard weapon types, too. May want to refresh your memory next time you lay hands on an ENP gun. My father and the president were at Harvard together. After the military, Daddy went into industry, used his money to finance the president's election.
I see, Daddy. I Daddy and the president. I see, claro.
ACN, it's all stuff they dreamed up when they were students.
Pero esa música muy, entre comillas, épica para estar aquí. Sulcan. That's my daughter. My daughter is beautiful. My daughter is the bad. Here is the... ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó con las texturas? A ver. Daddy?
That's me, Daddy, and Alan Sharp.
Oh, Alan
Alan was from the
Sharp.
wrong side of the tracks.
Alan Sharp.
Daddy took him under his wing, paid his tuition, put him through college, fast-tracked him into the ACN, called him the son he never had. When you're a kid, hearing that kind of hurts. Later, Alan and me were an item for about 5 minutes.
Mera chorrazo ahí.
Zweiberg's pretty much our top scientist, a refugee from communist times. He developed the criminal control system. Without it, the ACN might have lost its war against crime. Daddy was worried about some of the Big Brother stuff biotech is developing, but Alan's gung-ho. My father's Layla certificate. He insisted on taking the same tests as his men. Layla tests let headhunters upgrade their license so they can get bigger cases and better equipment. You're gonna need to get a license before you start after Don Fulci. Here, key card to the elevator. Use it to get in and out through the garage. Feel free to drop by any time. Mi casa es su casa.
Oh, la moto, la moto.
Before you go, I have something to show you down in the garage. You can use my bike to get around town. Relic from my wild days, but it still works fine.
Nice bodywork. For a relic.
The Layla testing facilities are located here. Time to go get that license. Guess it's a while since you've been in the saddle.
I figure it'll come back to me.
Knock 'em dead, Jack.
Sí, la moto. Pero la música también es muy rara. Ahora las noticias con el gamer. Sí, aquí estamos jugando un jueguito que Que creí que no voy a volver a jugar. Wow, mira eso, weón. Ay, mira ese fondo por allá. Tengo que hacer 170, no sé qué. O 100 de cuántos hay que hacer. Ay, todo con los objetivos. Hay puntos de técnica. Y eso es seguir una licencia, no sé qué.
Jack Wade as I live and breathe.
Sorry,
What, you don't remember me? Boy, that hurts. Hank Redwood, professional headhunter. You and me, we were real close. I was number one, you were right up there at second best. Only not everyone saw it that way till now.
Maybe they'll change their minds again.
Most of our colleagues training in here, they only got A licenses if they're lucky. This here is a AAA. I beat your record, Jack. You want the number one spot, you'll have to climb right over me, starting with your very own C license.
Wait, it's coming back. Yeah, Hank Redwood. Abusive father, flunked out of high school, loved working the Vice Squad, found he had a nose for sniffing out lowlife. Never had a girlfriend, dog walked out on him.
Wait a minute, how did you know?
Call it a lucky guess.
Okay, smartass. Go get your C, we'll see who's laughing. Oh, and hey, my dog never walked out on me.
Here for a license? Okay. To obtain a law enforcement license, you must pass the entry-grade proficiency test using the VR terminal located in the VR room. Passing further tests will allow you to upgrade your license if merited by your performance in the field. In the unlikely event that you're successful, the VR terminal can also be used to access information from the Layla database. Once licensed, you can withdraw equipment from the equipment dispenser for your grade of license. Clear? To begin the test, approach the VR terminal. That's the easy part.
Headhunter proficiency test. Headhunter proficiency test. Headhunter proficiency test. Virtual reality testing. Headhunter proficiency test. Headhunter proficiency test. Headhunter proficiency test. Headhunter proficiency test. Headhunter training. VR testing. Headhunter training.
Your ID card
Tiene muy
VM
buen
age grade.
gameplay, pues. Bueno,
Model
la parte
VM52X
de
standard issue. Biorecognition
los
chip identifies the
tiroteos,
user assessing
bacancita.
his digital career resume.
La de la
Access to
moto sí
some
la recordaba un poco
information may
mejor,
be
pero
restricted.
bien.
Could be a
¿Y
blessing
esta
in
tipa qué?
disguise. Full operating instructions are in the online database
Bandera
together
dio.
with all standard briefings. Any questions? Check the database. Any problems? Give it a whack. Anything else? Ask anyone but me. Sign here, here, and here. To collect your other equipment, approach the correct dispenser for your license type and insert your ID card. Note, the VM also functions as a cellular phone.
Hi, Jack. How's it feel to be licensed again?
Like I just graduated kindergarten.
You have anything on Fulci yet?
You'll be the first to know.
Call me when you do. Find him, Jack.
Wade, good to see you back in the game.
Yeah, but shooting blind. How can I use this thing to get information on past assignments?
Sorry, Wade, that stuff's classified. You don't have clearance now you're finished with the ACN.
I need to know who the hell I am, what happened to me, what I was working on for Christopher Stern. You said you'd help.
Well, best I can do is to give you level 1 clearance. It'll give access to some of your old files, low security stuff. I'm stepping way out of line here.
¿Y entonces qué? No va pues por ellos y ya.
The equipment dispensers are over there.
Ah, sí. ¿Verdad? Ah, ya, entonces por cada clase nos dan neuro, pim pum pan, la trampita aquella y ya. Y vamos a llegar hasta acá esta primera parte. Voy a esperar a que me permitan guardar la partida, claro, después de esta noticia.
Hi, I'm Bill Waverly.
And I'm Kate Gloss with all you need to know.
Top of the news. Victory in the battle against organ smuggling. In one of their biggest operations to date, ACN officers armed with sniffer dogs today seized organs with a street value of $30 million in a raid on the city docks. The black market in so-called backdoor organs is estimated to cost the government $200 million a year in lost duty, as well as causing shortages for
Pues supongo
law-abiding
yo que
citizens.
aquí después de eso nos soltarán otra vez
Described the raid
por ahí, pero ya a un punto donde hay que hacer misiones.
be distributed free to seniors
Creo.
and single moms.
Ma-
Meanwhile, Border
Eso lo veremos
Police
después,
struck a
claro,
blow against
obvio.
the market in on-the-hoof organs, capturing 35 illegals as they were being herded into the country by organ rustlers. The illegals are now being processed by immigration.
In other news, the U.S. threatened to withdraw all hamburger franchises from Russia unless Premier Iganov takes action to halt the flow of illegal weapons from the country. The move is seen as the next step in a campaign to keep conventional firearms out of the hands of criminals. Hollywood actors recently helmed an ENP Awareness Day, in which gun enthusiasts got to try out the new Smith & Easton Stimulator Automatic. With enhanced sound effects, recoil, and explosive impact on non-organic targets, the Stimulator promises responsible gun owners all the thrills of a conventional weapon. I certainly keep a Stimulator by my bed, Bill.
Absolutely, Kate. And coming up in tonight's lifestyle feature, 2 Wheels or 4. With road accidents costing body parts and Grey Wolf's Wolfpack biker gang riding high on the criminal exchange, we ask, does riding a motorcycle make you a bad person?
Ya guardé, entonces yo creo que todavía estoy mal, creo que la música de Porter por ahí ya nos están pidiendo unos puntos, ¿sí o no? Claro, pero bien, está bien bacancito el jueguito, ok. Y que de pronto iba a ser peor a la final, pero no. Y pues yo creo que como eso habría sido todo. Sí. ¿Dónde fue que vi lo de Disco 1? Esto tiene varios. Sí, tiene 2 discos este juego, imagínense. Pero entonces habría sido todo. Y como eso habría sido todo, me despido. Yo digo de su agrado y nos vemos en la próxima con más gameplay y las noticias. Bueno, bye bye.